What were your thoughts on that? That must have been a very pleasing afternoon for you.
Very, very pleasing. Very pleasing result. Because especially in the context of what we've been through, it's been a tough couple of months. Because results have been not what we've wanted. Performances haven't been as bad. But you know what it's like. If you don't get the results, you have to suffer in the Premier League, and that's what we've had to do. And credit to players, they've stuck together. Everybody at the club has been fantastic in terms of support. So it's nice for them to enjoy a day like today. Winning at Old Trafford historically isn't straightforward for West Ham. So great for our supporters that they have a fantastic day like today.
When finishing a season like this, which will be a disappointment, and your results will be disappointing since it's a cope, it's about giving the fans something to hold on to, because I assume that you're already in the process of deciding what needs to change to make things better.
Yeah, there's a few things. You have to finish the season as strongly as you can. Keep building on the performances that we feel have been good. Brighton away, we're 3 minutes away from winning and we lose. Liverpool away was a really strong performance, certainly in the second half. We're competitive in all the games. We took another team that has conceded a lot of goals. So we've addressed that, and now it's about building the attacking side of the game. I thought the first goal especially was an indication of what we're trying to do. So it's a step in the right direction. It builds confidence, I think, and belief, and I think that's important for us, important for everybody at the club, including the supporters.
And just on Jared Bowen, didn't look that impressed to be taken off. Is that just one of those things? Yeah,
players that aren't happy to come off, and Jared put everything into the game. He scored. He's been amazing for us. But that's sometimes you have to make those decisions, and that's life.
Greg, I'd like to ask about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. When he was at United, he was seen more as a defensive player. You're getting a lot more out of him going forward. How much has he come on since joining West Ham?
Yeah, I mean he's been really impressive. I've said before, can't say this categorically because I don't know Aaron's career, but I think I can't imagine he's playing as well as he is for us at any point in his career. Looks like he's enjoying his football. He gives a lot to the team. Really pleased with him in terms of what he's giving defensively and offensively. As I said, looks like he's enjoying his football, and that's not easy because the results we've had haven't been that enjoyable. But nevertheless, his individual performance has been strong.
Have you had to do anything particular with Aaron to encourage him to get forward more? Is that his natural game that's just not been maybe shown in previous clubs?
Yeah, I don't know what's the past, but his attributes are his attributes. He's got the capacity to go up and down the pitch at a high level, and he's got some quality. He's played on the left, he played on the right. He can do either. So he's at the same time, defensively, he's really solid. So, as I said, his individual performance has been a strong point in a disappointing season, but he's been really good.
Obviously, each win's only worth 3 points, but when it's at Old Trafford against Man United, do you think it helps get more buy-in from the players and the fans when they see you putting a performance like that, when it's somewhere like that?
Yeah, as I said, in any club, but especially in a club like West Ham where the expectations are high, to have 2 months where the results haven't been positive for us, it's a long time to go. So I think it's a credit to the players, how they've stuck together, how we've been connected, how we've tried to improve. I think we have improved. But it's difficult in football when you don't get the results because that's what matters. So we know that. And that's why it's really pleasing today to see a performance, to see aspects of the performance that I think has been there all the time. But to get 3 points makes everything a lot better. The outcome's what everybody focuses on.
Greg, I was going to say, I mean, it wasn't just like you were good for 20 minutes. Were you surprised at just how much you dominated and controlled the game for the duration, really?
Well, I didn't feel like we were in control of the duration, to be honest. When you've got Ugarte, Mainu, Fernandes and Mount in midfield, you know you're going to have to suffer at times, and we did that. We had to defend. But I think it was important for us, and even in the last bits of the game, it was important for us to have the ball and to try to make them run and to affect them defensively. Because if you just come to park the bus, it's difficult. You have to do something here, I think, and my record here is not bad, but you have to, as I said, you have to you have to have a game, an idea to be proactive, because Old Trafford's a tough place to go.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Cheers.
My name on it.
Hey guys.
Okay, so
Hi Ruben, obviously that was a disappointing afternoon. Has it been compounded by Lenny Euro? Is there a positive update on it? Or is it
We have to assess Lenny in a better way tomorrow. He felt something, but I think it could be a small thing.
your overall performance today?
I think it's quite similar. Some games that we had here against Wolves was a little bit the same. We create more chances than the opponent, but the lack of urgency to protect our goal in the few times that West Ham was near our box, we had a lack of urgency. We were near the box and we had lack of urgency, and we need to be more aggressive. If you cannot score in the first ball, the second ball, if we cross the ball, if we are aggressive, we can score. We had lack of pace. We have to do so much better, and for me the biggest concern is that feeling that is okay, and we cannot change our position so much, so it's okay, and that is the biggest problem in our club in this moment, because we are losing the feeling of we are a massive club and it is the end of the world to lose a game at home. So I think that is the biggest concern in our club.
Chris.
You're in 16th place now. It makes it more likely that you could even finish 17th. As the manager of this football club, how do you feel when you look at that league table and see your team in 16th place?
I think I was supposed to feel a manager of Manchester United in that position, embarrassed, and it's hard to accept. And I think everybody has to think seriously about a lot of things here. So everybody is thinking about the final. The final is not the issue in this moment in our club. We have bigger things to think, and we have to change a lot of things in the end of the season.
Just just to talk about what you're talking about there, Ruben. On the second goal, Agati loses possession. Okay, not great, but that can happen. But his reaction, he just stays on his knees. There's no attempt to run back. How can you hope to be successful as a football team if you have players who think it's optional whether they run back or not?
I don't want to talk about specific players. It's a team thing. When it's a team thing, it's a manager thing. So we will try to address that. That is, it has to be with a lack of urgency to defend the box and to attack the box.
Just talking generally then, is there a culture issue still among the players?
Yeah. I think it's not is a feeling. I will not talk about culture because we are talking about this in this moment, but it's a feeling that is the most dangerous feeling that we have in the big club.
Ruben, you've been here for quite a few months now. Are you shocked, surprised, saddened that the things you're talking about, like urgency, which seems to be quite fundamental to playing high-level football, you've not been able to drive that out of the team?
I think if you of course it's a different competition, but in Europa League we don't play quite well, but we had a little bit that urgency. We cannot lose the games. We have to win it. We managed to find a way to win the games. To take if Athletic Bilbao has a sent off, we take advantage of that. We are so focused, and you see these games in Premier League. Sometimes we are not focused, and we don't have that feeling that we need to win to go to the next stage like we have in Europa League. So it's something that is mentally in our team.
Looks like players are picking and choosing which games to play.
It's hard to explain that, and we need that feeling. I have that feeling that there is that lack of urgency in everything we do. So it's a big concern.
Ruben, 3 years ago, when the team finished 6th, fans were chanting, "You're not fit to wear the shirt of the players." Are you surprised by how supportive the fans have been and that they've not been booing or getting on the players' back?
I think they are doing. It's hard to say something about our fans and everybody because there is no explanation, no matter what the context. And I'm talking here. I'm the biggest responsible for that. So we need to change a lot of things during the summer.
That feeling, Ruben, that you were saying that it's okay to lose, that those kind of players, it's obviously clear that you don't want that kind of attitude next season. Do those players, can it not be coached into them? Do they just have to have moved on, or is it a mixture of...
I don't know, and I don't want to talk about players. I'm talking about myself and the culture in the club and the culture in the team. I have that feeling. We need to change that, and we need to be really strong in the summer and to be brave because we will not have a next season like this. If we start like this, or if the feeling is still here, we should give the space to different persons.
Last question, though.
After Brentford, you said that you got the impression that some players were looking at the Athletic Bilbao semi-final, obviously should be focused on Brentford. Do you get that sense that today that they were already looking ahead to that Spurs game? And if that's the case, are some players risking their place in that Europa League final if they continue to perform like this?
To be honest with you, I'm not concerned about the final. It's by far the smallest problem in our club. We need to change something that is deeper than this. And if we are showing that in the end of this season that we are not playing Premier League and Champions League for us is the moon. So we need to know that. And so I'm not concerned about the final. They will be focused, and I don't know what is best, if he's playing Champions League or not. So let's think about Chelsea to improve a lot of things.
How do you keep them focused? Chelsea, you've got obviously a big game on Friday night in between that final. How do you keep them? Obviously, you're talking like a man who's desperate to win that game, but maybe the players aren't feeling like that.
No, we are going to be prepared for Chelsea, and we have time to train and we have time to prepare.
Thank you very much.
TV behind the box.
At the end of his answer to your question, did he basically say he'd be out of the job if he started next season?
He made himself, didn't he? At the end, basically saying
If we start next season like this, unless I'll be out of a job. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the end of the...
Yeah, he did say that. And he basically says we've lost the big club mentality.
Yeah, well, he's the same thing to TV. So yeah, not going to lose again.
It's basically, if they start next season.